Hello everyone and welcome inside CSM Sports Center. I'm Lucas Critelli. Coming up on today's show, the Maple Leafs get off to a bad start to their 3-game California road trip, and we take a look at who has the dominant conference in today's NBA. Stay tuned as CSM Sports Center is coming up next. The Toronto Rock are coming off a big comeback win over the Rush in Saskatchewan last week, but they have lost many top players due to injury, with most recently Dan Dawson going on the IR list. But through all the adversity, the Rock are tops in the North Division with 8 games remaining in the season. From Toronto, Lucas Critelli, CSM Sports. Tristan Borges of the Forge FC had a spectacular year, averaging more shots, completed tackles, and made more key passes than any CPL midfielder this season. He put up a league-best 13 goals and added 5 assists as well, granting him the Golden Boot and 2 other award nominations. With Tristan Borges' historic season already, things look bright for him, Forge FC, and the entire CPL. From Toronto, Lucas Critelli, CSM Sports.
Well, like you said, it all started with Hyun-Jin Ryu, and this is what the Blue Jays signed for. You're not going to see Hyun-Jin Ryu overpower batters. He's a finesse pitcher, and that's what he did last night. He changed speeds, had great command, and had those Atlanta batters off balance all night long, as well as the bullpen really stepped up with Ryan Baracki, Thomas Hatch, Anthony Bass, and Jordan Romano, all of them really pitching solidly and helping the Jays get out with a 2-1 win.
I would have to say are the Boston Bruins and Colorado Avalanche. Let's start with Boston. They're looking for a second-line winger or center. So I've been hearing Jean-Gabriel Pageau, Vladislav Nemestikov, Ilya Kovalchuk, and the New Jersey Devils' Kyle Palmieri. These guys could add good scoring depth to the Boston Bruins, who we know are a top contender for the Stanley Cup. And as well for the Colorado Avalanche, they are looking for a goaltender as well. We don't know how long that Philip Grubauer will be out, so they could be looking at Chicago's Robin Lehner for a possible trade, and as well looking for a second-line winger or center from the players that I listed. The Raptors were undefeated in the month of February until running into the Magic, which snapped a 7-game win streak. Orlando also has the Raps number this season, taking 2 of their 3 games. From Toronto, Lucas Critelli, CSM Sports. I would have to say those New York Rangers. They're really kind of a sleeper team in that fully loaded Metro division. Igor Shesterkin and Alex Georgiev have bolstered the load on the back end for those New York Rangers. Shesterkin winning 8 of 9, and Alex Georgiev, since Shesterkin got injured, has won 4 of 6. And no one's really talking about Artemi Panarin. 90 points this year. He's really taken a backseat to Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, but he is a big factor if they need to make a run to the playoffs.
I totally agree, David. Matthew Tkachuk said it in his post-game interview yesterday. The guys who score goals are scoring the goals. The guys who make skill plays are making skill plays. And the guy who needs to save the puck is saving the puck. Added with that grit, Calgary looks like a complete playoff team.
I'm here with Luca Moya, and Luca, the Super Bowl is just 11 days away. Chiefs and 49ers. But first, the day before, they're giving out the awards. MVP, who you got? Let's start with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Coming into last night's game, the Maple Leafs are in the midst of a couple of races as the season winds down. The obvious one, the Buds are battling for a playoff spot, sitting just 5 points up on the Panthers for third in the Atlantic. Then there's Austin Matthews, who's in a close Rocket Richard chase. He has 45 goals, good for second in the league, behind Boston's David Pastrnak. The Leafs search for their 4th straight win and 2nd of the season against San Jose. Toronto looking to strengthen their grip on a playoff spot during their 3-game Western road trip, and Jack Campbell gets a start between the pipes. Early in the first, San Jose on the power play, Brentford puts a shot on net. That's saved by Campbell. It finds its way back to Burns. He puts another shot, and that one is tipped by Evander Kane. He picks up his 23rd goal of the year and puts the Sharks up by 1. Leafs on the rush in the second. Marincin with a shot. Matthews with the easy tap in for his 46th of the season. But that wasn't even the best play of the night.
Matthews attacking the net. Drops for Marner. What a goal by Mitchell Marner through the legs and in. He ties.
That was Marner's 16th goal of the year as the Sharks would come firing back in the third with a lucky bounce off the boards from Stefan Nason. who banks it in. Toronto tries to tie it up later on though, but it is a nice save by Martin Jones, and that after this chance, that would lead to a chance for the Sharks seconds later.
Evander Kane, he's 2-on-1 with Couture. Kane shoots, score!
Kane picks up multiple points in his third straight game to help his team to a 5-2 victory, and a big performance from Martin Jones as he picks up 36 saves on the night.
Emotional reaction from the coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He is one of many fighting back tears on this solemn day for Hockey Nation.
April 6th, 2018. A horrific accident that shook an entire nation. The Humboldt Broncos Junior A hockey team were on their way to play a playoff game against the Nipawin Hawks when tragedy struck. The team bus collided with a semi-truck, killing 16 people, including players, coaches, and staff, and also severely injuring 13 others. A funeral was held for those 16 who were tragically taken too soon.
And boom, you know, in a split second, things change.
He would have been the fourth generation on our farm. All the years that we've worked to make our farm better, who's taking it over now?
In dark and tragic times, good always rises up from within. This event didn't only impact the hockey world.
You know, I grew up there, right there in Saskatoon. It's just down the road. My buddy's kid played there. Yeah, I talked to him. He's farming in Saskatoon last night.
But the entire world as a whole, as everyone became Humboldt strong, all the way from celebrities to politicians.
Canadians everywhere were heartbroken, and we mourned alongside the community.
To regular, everyday people who placed hockey sticks outside their front porch to pay their respects. People from 80 countries helped donate over $15 million with GoFundMe to support those on the bus and their families, making it the largest Canadian campaign ever and the second largest in GoFundMe history. On September 12, 2018, the Humboldt Broncos played their first game since the accident in their season opener. The game was televised all over Canada and the US. Most of the survivors were in attendance, including active players Braden Cameron, Derek Patter, and Tyler Smith. For those on the bus, their jerseys were raised to the rafters and formally retired. Although these tragic events were just a short time ago, the community of Humboldt continues to remember, honor, and always remain Humboldt strong.